If you are a male between 17 and 24 years old, you 99% of the time should be going into sales or entrepreneurship. And in almost every single situation, it makes no sense to go to college. And who am I to make this kind of take? Well, if you guys don't know, my name is Aaron Shablowski, and I consider myself one of the few people that actually has the credibility to speak on this topic. I hear all the time people saying college is a scam when they've never been to college, or people saying sales is this slimy career to go into when they've never even done it. Or building a business is too risky. Well, for me, I have done all of this. I have attended a top 10 public university while playing Division I football at that same school, and I've built a business and been a door-to-door sales rep before. So I've achieved the big four of what 20-year-olds do when they get out of high school. And having all these different experiences on top of me getting professional licenses in the investment and tax world, I have the understanding and the insight to say, okay, well, what actually is benefiting people my age? Because more importantly than my personal experiences are my experience that I've had with other people in these same industries. And at this point, I can confidently say that college is a horrible idea for most people and you are completely wasting your time. And let's dive into some of the reasons why. And more importantly than some of the reasons why, what the alternative situation should be. Now first, before tackling that, my personal experience was I graduated high school and I immediately started playing college football, like literally like 2 weeks after graduation. And so for me, my pull and my reasoning of going to college was to play football. I really had no understanding of like what else I wanted to do. All I knew was that I wanted my income when I was older to not have a cap on it. And my parents are a cop and a teacher. And so for me, it didn't really make sense in my family when I explained that to them that I wanted to be in a career where there was no limit to how much money I could make. But that was the simple truth. And I knew nothing about door-to-door sales or business or anything like that at the time. But I was always a hustler. I was doing a barber shop. I was teaching kids chess. I was doing all of this different kind of stuff. And for me, I quickly realized that most of the college classes that I were taking were completely pointless. So on that note, let's talk about the first reason why I'm so against college for most people, which is one, the idea of credential inflation. At this point, like a bachelor's degree almost means nothing. Yes, a lot of employers require it, but it doesn't actually get your foot in the door anywhere. Like nobody looks at a bachelor's degree, even from a good college, as like this impressive, meaningful thing, which means most of the time you're gonna have to do post-grad study and go for your doctorate or things like that. And it's like, you're really going to go to school for 7, 8 years to do something. And likely the jobs that you get from those fields don't pay very much. The only thing that is actually valuable that you can acquire as a young man is experience. And college gives you none. Now, in this video, I'm not even going to really address how expensive college is because most people can find a way around it, and most people don't even realize like that they're on student loans or that they're on scholarships because they don't see the actual money leaving their bank account. But I have a strong belief that most people would never go to college if they actually saw the money leaving their bank account because they go to class and they realize that they're not actually gaining a valuable skill. And if you're not gaining actual skills between the ages of 18 and 22, you are going into the workforce a few years older, but really with no value. And this is why college degrees are becoming less and less valuable, is because employers are realizing that the people who are getting these degrees don't actually have any skills. And nowadays in the world of AI, we are able to automate a lot of tasks. See, before we could automate tasks, what we could do is have somebody who came in who had a college degree, which meant that they had some knowledge of something, and we could have them do basic tasks within a business, and then we could teach them the skills that they needed to do that job. But nowadays, because employers are like, well, I can automate the low-end stuff with AI, there's no need for that fresh college graduate. Why would they spend money and time training somebody? So you have to realize if you are between 18 and 22, nobody cares about the letters next to your name. Nobody cares about your credentials. All they care about is what you can actually do for them. And if you are not going and learning something in college that you can actually do for somebody, then you're worthless. I see this all the time where like I follow people on LinkedIn that'll be like their name, John Doe, MBA, CCP, CIA, ICP, like whatever. Like they just have all the letters next to their name and it's like, nobody cares. I know guys that do door-to-door that sell solar that make 3 times the amount that credentialed guy has. And all of that leads into point number 2, which is that salary jobs have a cap. And there is nothing that you can do to escape that. I want to make this very clear to you. If you are going to college to learn a skill to get a job, understand there will always be a cap on your income. If you are a check every 2 weeks person, you will never get rich. Like, it's a fact. You can't. It's just impossible because guess what? You're always under somebody else, and that somebody is getting rich off of you. Think about it. Like, think about the highest level employees in the world. Think about the highest employees of a company, okay? The top business analytics director or whatever, the top finance director. How much are those people actually making? Well, I can tell you this much. They're never making more than the business is profiting because an owner wouldn't let that happen. And that person that is not directly driving revenue, think about this. Any job that you get in business, finance, marketing, anything like that, I guess not marketing, but if you are not driving revenue, okay, you are not driving sales, you are not going to get paid in correlation with how much the business actually makes. So if you are helping on the analytics side of things, they can't draw a one-to-one of how much does this employee actually make me. Even if you're in legal, literally the only way you can save people money in legal is if you are like in tax. That's it. And in that case, just go into tax and become an enrolled agent. But even then, it doesn't matter. If you don't drive revenue, your income is capped. The most that these VPs, that these people who do analytics and strategy and all of that stuff, the most that they make is like 400 grand a year, maybe. And that's like maybe. I see the CEOs of like Fortune 500 companies that are making like $1.5 million a year. And you think that that's a lot of money, but dude, their company's doing like $400 billion a year. They're not actually getting paid that much. Versus there are people who own small businesses that are high ticket, high touch, things like that are making $5 million a year. If you are going to college to learn one of these skills, finance, accounting, business, analytics, statistics, whatever, okay, even stuff in the STEM world, if you can't drive revenue, you're likely going to be capped at like $250,000 a year. Even if you're going to become a doctor, you're not going to get access to your 400, 500K a year salary until you're like 30. And so at this point, I want to draw a one-to-one comparison. Okay, so let's look at two different kids. Okay, so kid one, we have John. Okay, and John decides to go to college. And so at 18 years old, John enrolls in college and he pays, let's say, $12,000 a year. It's a low number. Okay, after 4 years, he'll have paid $48,000 and he'll maybe be able to get a job in the workforce paying him like 50 grand. Now, let's compare that to Adam, okay? Adam is 18 years old, he graduates high school, and he goes into door-to-door sales. His first summer, he'll probably make 30 or 40 grand doing sales. And then he has an off season where he could go work a separate job because most door-to-door sales jobs are only in the summer. So he can probably stack 50K year one cash in his pocket. Year two, he'll probably do 70 grand. Year three, he'll start getting into the six figures. And by 22, he'll start recruiting a sales team under him and he'll be making at least $150,000 a year. I know guys that are doing this in other industries that are making 500 grand a year. And they're killing it. And their lifestyles are way better than people in college. They work out, they go to church, they study the game, and they get an actual skill. And so on top of that, when we look at the 22-year-olds comparison, one of them is going to have actual money, like they're going to have at least 50 grand saved up in their bank account, okay, versus being in debt 50 grand. And one of them has a practical skill, sales, that they can actually use in the real world. And I want to make this clear, which is something about sales, which is sales is completely AI proof. Because think about this, okay? If you go to college and gain a skill in, data analytics, whatever, okay, that can always get automated and that can always get cut. Okay, you can get laid off doing that. But if you can sell, all you do is drive company revenue, they can never get rid of you. There's no reason to get rid of you. It doesn't matter how bad a company is doing, they're always going to need people that drive revenue. And that can look in a variety of different ways. But this is what leads me to point three, which is that if you are a salesperson, your income is not capped. And what you have to understand is that this is so big. Like the fact that you can go in and just grind for a year. You could lock in for a year, live off of nothing, knock on doors, and honestly make 400 grand. Year one, like if you got pretty good at sales, okay? And if you were to do that and stack, say 300 grand, 200 grand in your bank account, do you realize the lifestyle head start that you have? Like, you get to live a different way doing that. Now you can go start a business, or shoot, you could go to college with that. And instead of taking on the debt, you do it the other way around. It's literally free money, and this gives you time to think about what you're gonna do. See, most 18-year-olds don't know what they wanna do with their life, and that's fine. But instead of going into debt for something that you might not wanna do, make money. And there's a couple key statistics that point to this being true. Think about this, okay? Unemployment for college graduates is around 6% right now, which is really high, okay, which is crazy. But I want you to think about this number. Underemployment is at 42.5%. So what does that mean? That means that close to 1/2 of the people who are getting out of college are in some sort of job, okay, that does not actually apply to the level of the credential that they have or the level of knowledge that they have. And I've experienced this personally. So for me, I've gotten my investment licenses and I'm getting my tax licenses right now. I'm gonna start a tax strategy firm once I have my CPA team built in with me. And I noticed when I would go talk to businesses, because I would look at internships and things like that, because I wanted to go in and learn places, they would want to hire me for some admin role. And they would want to bring me in as like a backup to like one of their financial advisors. And that's fine, okay? But the reality is they would offer me like, say, 60 grand a year to come in and work and be, you know, whatever, like a coffee filler-upper, a paper filer, all that kind of stuff. But dude, I'm about to be 21 years old. I've sold a $400,000 business, okay? I have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal sales. I've gotten my investment licenses, played college football, graduated from a top university in 3 years. And I don't say any of this to brag. I'm not saying that because like, oh, I'm so good. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is the fact that I am way overqualified to be filing papers. But that's the problem with the game right now, is people see a 22-year-old with a college degree and they're like, oh, that's my bottom of the barrel guy. And I need to go climb the ladder and work in the mailroom. Why would you do that? Why does it make any sense to do this? And look, you might have to go live with your parents for a couple of years. You might have to not get the car that you want. You might have to severely limit your lifestyle and get roommates and not get, you know, fancy meals and things like that for a short period of time, but that is actually less risky than taking a job. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you're a salesperson, you're driving revenue, you are safe. Any recession, you are fine. Any, business going under, you are fine. Any situation where there's, layoffs or AI is implementing stuff, you are fine. You drive revenue, you're safe. But if you're not at any position, you could get laid off. And so it's like, who's to say that if I go take that job making $60K a year, 2 years from now when I'm supposed to be getting promoted, what happens if that company is not doing well? Or what happens if we go into a recession? I'm not moving up, and now it might be 3 or 4 years before I'm even into the position that I was qualified to be in when I graduated college 6 years ago. And being an entrepreneur, if you can withstand the risk, you will be okay. I'll tell you this right now. If you are starting any sort of service business or any business that isn't like proprietary, likely within 3 months, you're gonna be like surviving, okay? But even outside of that, usually within 6 to 12 months, maybe 18 to 36 months, okay, which is at most 3 years, like you will be profitable and you will be fine. Now, you might fail, okay? A lot of restaurants fail, and this is why I'm very like anti-capital intensive businesses like that, at least when you're starting out. But you likely, if you just lock in and work as hard as you can, like you won't die, okay? And it's gonna be a reputably similar income, okay, that you would be making in an entry-level job. I know this with people who started like lawn care businesses or things like that. If you started a lawn care business tomorrow, likely within 3 months, if you worked your butt off, you could be at the point where you can pay for food, okay? And if your business fails, either the idea wasn't good, okay, that's fine, and you need to work harder and you need to find another idea and get back at it, but you will have learned, you will have gained knowledge. Filing papers and drinking coffee for 3 months is not going to get you any knowledge or skills. Same thing with sales. You might go a month or two into door-to-door sales and do terrible and fail out. That's fine. Okay, get with a new company, do it again the next year. I promise you, if you stick with selling long enough, you will become good. All you need to do is limit your risk. So what is all this to say? I say that you need to limit your risk. That's the point of all this. When you go into college and you take on debt and you take on experience debt, meaning you go to do something for 4 years and you didn't actually learn anything, now you're 4 years behind because you're at the same education level as an 18-year-old. You didn't learn anything, right? So you're in debt. You should be smarter than you are at 22 years old, not to mention the financial debt that you're in. When you are in debt, you have to live differently. You can't take risks when you're in debt because you have your student loan payment you have to make every month. And that's just ridiculous, man. That's just money leaving the bank account that you are going to somehow have to make up. Now you have to take on a minimum wage job or an entry-level job because you have to make that payment. And that sucks. So look, all of this to say, why shouldn't we go to college? Why should you go into sales? This isn't me like pitching sales. I don't run a sales team, by the way, so it's not like I'm just saying this to try to recruit anybody. What it really is me saying, I have experience in college, entrepreneurship, and in sales. And if I was 18 again and I didn't care about playing college football, I would have gone directly into sales. I would recommend that every 17-year-old do it for the most part. Or like I said earlier, go start a business. It's not always that simple. But what I have been able to witness is see people transform their lives and break out of the cycle. I see so many people complain like about housing prices being so high, and I get this is a little bit of a rant, okay, but you're learning, okay? So many people complain about housing prices and they are a part of this like society where it's like, oh my gosh, everything's so expensive, I can't do anything. Bro, I've never met somebody that's done door-to-door sales for the last 3 to 4 years that has that mentality. They are all gritty, they are all winners, and they also make a ton of money. I even noticed it on a small level. When I was first knocking doors for window cleaning, it would be like one day I went out there and I knocked for an hour and I got one sale for, it was like $300, and I pocketed, because my commission was 30%, I pocketed $90 in an hour. My first time ever selling. Bro, I just made $90 an hour. Dude, it's crazy, but it's volatile, and volatile does not always equal risk, despite what your finance classes are teaching you. As always, if you're a sales rep making over 100K a year, make sure you hit my DMs. Let's chat. Can't help you right now because my business isn't live, but what I can do is set up the systems for you so that way you are eligible to become a client for my future business once we are ready, because there is a lot of stuff that you're gonna need to get in the door with us. And that's not like a pressure thing. We just only are gonna work with people that have really tight books and that are really passionate about lowering their tax bill. As always, thanks. I'll see you in the next video.